It's warmer. That's going to be melting, we hope, right? Well,
Yes.
More of us are taking our pets outside, and as always, safety is something that we need to be thinking about. Safety is first. And joining me now is Holly Gazett with the Minnesota School of Business.
Yes.
Thanks for being with us. Okay,
Thank
first
you.
off, I got to ask, who you got with you?
This is Miles. He's a 4-year-old lion-head rabbit, and he is visiting us today because we're going to talk about dogs and cats, but we're also going to talk about some of those other animals that could be potentially housed outside that we have to be cautious about.
And I think a lot of times we think about wintertime, and we take so many precautions in the winter and the cold, but then we get to the summer and we kind of forget. So what do we need to focus on, particularly maybe with dogs and cats?
With heat stroke is definitely something we see in veterinary medicine. Animals don't have those barriers that they need to stop running if they want to keep going and going, even if it is 90 degrees out. So a lot of precautions as an owner that we need to be keep in mind is getting that consistent water availability to our pet. If we want to exercise our pet, let's do it very early in the morning or later in the day. We're not right during those really hot index times during the day.
Some of those things that we think about with ourselves, if we're going to be going out and going for a run or something like that, we don't want to be doing it at 2 o'clock in the afternoon when the sun is high and it's so warm. But what about with different animals like rabbits, like Miles?
Well, Miles in particular, rabbits definitely can be housed outside, and that's not a problem at all. But what people need to understand with rabbits is that they cannot cool down like a normal dog or a cat. They can't sweat to cool down. So there's different things that we need to do when they're housed outside, moving their hutch to a well-ventilated area so they can get some of those, hopefully some of those drafts if it's a little bit of a windy day. Shaded areas are good, water availability. Even putting in water bottles that are frozen so that way they can lay against it to cool down is very good. It's also very important with rabbits that you actually look at them every single day, not only to make sure their food is available, but also to make sure that they're nice and clean. Rabbits, unfortunately, can get a little bit messy on the outside, and unfortunately that is a perfect environment for some of our external parasites to get. Flies are looking for those areas to lay some of those larvae that they can. And what can happen with rabbits, they can get some of the stool on their back end and maggots can come about. And that's not a situation you want for your pet.
Okay, so just be cognizant of all of those types of things that can happen when we get the warmth and the heat and all that time that you want to be outside, but you want to be out and enjoying it. Holly, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. We got more of this information on our website too. Other tips as well from you, Holly. Just go to kstp.com, click on links, and we'll be right back. See you.